The Lord be with you. At one point during the Little League game, the baseball coach said to one of his players, "Do you understand what cooperation is?" Well, the young boy said, "Yes, sir, I understand." "Do you know what a team is?" the coach asked. Again, the boy nodded. "Yes." "Do you understand that what matters is whether we win together as a team?" The little boy nodded again. "Yes, I understand." So the coach continued, "When a strike is called or you're called out at first base, you don't argue or cuss out or attack the umpire. You do understand that, don't you?" The little boy nodded. "Good," the coach said. "Now go over there and explain it to your mother." Do you understand what cooperation is? It is a great question for every church to consider. Ours is a ministry of cooperation between minister and the laity. I had a seminary professor emphasize this point when he told us, "The day you get ordained is the day you cease to be a minister." What? He continued to explain. The ministers are the people sitting in the pews. Your job is to lead them, to encourage them, to inspire them, to organize and teach and equip and prepare them for the work they are called to do. Your job is no longer to do ministry. Your job is to make sure the ministers have everything they need to do ministry. He wasn't finished. The sheep already have a shepherd. His name is Jesus. You aren't the shepherd. You aren't a sheep. Once you were a sheep, but now you have been called apart from the flock. So you aren't the shepherd, and you are no longer one of the sheep. What's left? The sheepdog. Yours is the ministry of the sheepdog. Your job is to round up the sheep and keep them moving to those places where the shepherd wants them. And to do that, you must be listening to the shepherd's voice every second of every day. Take that for what it's worth. There is a lot to think about there. But the point remains that the ministry of the church is a ministry of cooperation between God, the people, and the pastor. It even has a name. It's called the priesthood of all believers. Some of you are gifted in the work of administration. I need you in that work, and so does the church. Some among us are gifted communicators, gifted leaders, gifted teachers, gifted in hospitality, gifted in worship and in prayer, gifted in organizing events, gifted in witness and evangelism. The Bible tells us that all of us have been given at least one gift that is God-given and intended to be used for the work that is also God-given. On Sunday mornings, we follow a certain order of worship, the liturgy. Did you know that liturgy literally means the work of the people? I find incredible joy in knowing that we are in this marvelous calling of faith together. We are not alone. We can't be. What God asks of us and requires of us is far too much for any of us to do alone. What if I told Faith that she would have to play all the instruments in the marching band and all at the same time because nobody else showed up. It would be far too much to ask. What if I told Margie that she would have to do all the setting up, all the cooking, all the distributing, and all the visiting with the people, and all the cleaning up and tearing down at a Dorothy Day soup kitchen because no one else signed up to be a part of the team? What if all the decisions in the church were made by one person and not by the church council discussing and improving the ideas and needs brought before us? What is a soprano, alto, or tenor, or bass without the other three sections of the choir? What if a piano only had one note? And if those questions aren't enough to blow your mind, how about this? One of the most shocking moments of life comes when we realize that God does not need any of us at all to do ministry. God does not need any of us at all to do ministry. The one who creates a world simply by speaking a word does not need our help. And yet, we are invited by God to participate in the work of transforming our world. God could snap holy fingers and change everything in the blink of an eye. Instead, we can't do it without God, and God won't do it without us. So do you understand what a gift, what a glorious privilege cooperation is? Amen.